My name is Nilsen. I'm a pole vaulter at University of South Dakota.
Let's talk about how you got into the sport. I understand it wasn't necessarily your first love.
No, I was a huge soccer player all the way up from 5 years old to senior year of high school. So needed something to do in the spring so I could stay in shape for soccer in the fall. And then my only connection on the track team was my 8th grade English teacher. So, and she was the pole vault coach. So I tried it out a couple times and she got me to stay in it. It wasn't until junior year. I jumped 17 for the first time, and then my coach, Derek Miles, called me for the first time.
When you got that call, did you understand who he was?
Not exactly, no. I knew he was a pole vaulter, and because I recognized the name Derek Miles, because as soon as I got into my junior year and the private coaching, I started watching pole vault videos on YouTube just for fun before I went to bed. And then I saw a couple videos of him, and I was like, ooh, he's pretty good. But I didn't know just how good he was. So when I got the call, hey, it's Derek Miles from University of South Dakota, I was like, oh, cool. Kind of looked him up.
Yeah.
Found out he was a bronze medalist in the Olympics, went 3 times. I'm like, oh my God, this guy's really good at what he does.
So when you made all those connections, how big of a role did his credentials play in you ending up as a coyote?
That kind of pushed me more towards that, because I realized that not only is he going to be a good coach, but he's going to be knowledgeable of what it is to be a pole vaulter.
Right.
Because there's some people who haven't pole vaulted at all and just try to coach jumping into it, and then they don't really get the athlete perspective and what they have to go through. And he's been through it all, 3 Olympics, he's been doing it for 20-25 years and been through injuries and mental fatigue and all that. So he understands every little twist and turn that I'll have to go through pole vault, and that's really what drove me here.
Let's do a little rundown of that freshman season. It was one to remember, certainly for you. Summit League indoor and outdoor champion, national champion in the indoor, 3rd in the outdoor, 3rd place finish then at the U.S. National Championships, and you qualified and then competed in Worlds. Were you surprised at all that your first year as a collegiate athlete went like that?
Oh, for sure, yeah. I was actually expecting to go backwards, because that's kind of the typical thing for high school athletes to do when they get into college, because they have to go through training and weightlifting and transition away from their home and new coach and all that. So I was like, okay, I'm just gonna kind of take this year, get used to the situation, get my grades under me, and start working through that. And then everything kind of started exploding, and I realized how good of a connection Derek and I have as an athlete and coach. And things just got super easy. Going to meets and managing them and clearing bars just became easy. So definitely surprised for making the world team. That was not in the plans at all. I kind of just went and competed, and my mind was totally other places, because a month before the U.S. Championships, I found out that my wife was pregnant.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, okay.
Big year all around.
Yeah, I was just like, okay, let's just go around and see what we can do. And I am jumping PR 18:10 and a half, and I got 3rd. So
was there ever a fear at that point, once you got all that behind you, that hey, maybe I did too well right off the bat?
No, I think Derek and my focus is to just jump as best as we can, be the best person you can be. So if we're living up to that expectation and we're kind of fulfilling that goal, then we're doing our jobs. I don't really think it went too well. Everything could have always gone better, but I think that was a really good start to my college career.
Well, you certainly followed it up with what's been a very solid sophomore season, but one area I want to talk about specifically is what happened at Howard Wood Dakota Relays. You cleared 19 2 3/4. That currently ranks number 1 in the U.S., number 4 in the world. So what's cooler, that or the fact that you beat Derek's PR?
That's a tough question. I think it's cooler to say that I'm number 1 in the U.S. right now, only because I don't really see it as that I beat my coach. Yeah, I've jumped a centimeter higher, but the amount of times that man has jumped over 19 feet and he's Olympic bronze medalist, doesn't really feel like I've beat him. He's got way more under his belt, a bunch more medals than I'll ever have. So, you look at his career and then you compare his to mine, and of course it's going to be a little different because he's been doing it for 20+ years more than me. So, but I think I jumped 86 not because I wanted to beat him, just because I wanted to more pay tribute to him, kind of just try to be the man that he was, is, and is going to be. Because everything he's done has just been great. He's a great person, great coach, great vaulter.
Yeah.
So if I could just kind of get a little chance to be somewhat like him, I'm going to take it.
Get you out of here on this one just because I think it's kind of fun. You've taken your coyote pride recently to a whole new level. You got a tattoo?
I did have a tattoo. Yeah, logo. Right on my shoulder.
Yeah. So tell me about that. Why'd you get it, and why'd you put it right where you did?
I thought this would be the really cool thing to do, kind of to show that I'm dedicated to the school just as they're dedicated to me, because the support staff we have here, the faculty, the teachers, the coaches, the athletic training staff, they're all dedicated to you, and like this is their life. So if I could kind of show that I'm just as dedicated by putting a tattoo on it, then I feel like I'd kind of be almost paying a debt. And then if I'm able to vault after college, which would be the goal, no matter what uniform I'm wearing, everybody's going to know that I went to the University of South Dakota and Derek Miles was my coach.
Awesome stuff, Chris. Well, congrats to everything that you've accomplished to this far, and certainly what you're going to do here in the future.
Thank you.
Thanks for your time.
Yep, of course.